this. So give me some recommendations, because I did not take advantage of any of my breakfast options today, okay? Because I didn't have anything on this list. Didn't have anything on here today. So what would you suggest?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the most important thing when we're dealing with any disease, including COVID, is focusing on diet, style, and emotional health. And if we can focus on that trifecta, we can heal extraordinarily quickly, we can protect our bodies and not have to worry about anything. And when it comes to food, the top 3 things to avoid for lowering inflammation with COVID are gluten, dairy, and processed sugars. So again, a lot of the things I do, they always work in 3s. So those are going to be what you really want to avoid. The types of things that you're going to want to really be focusing on are your root vegetables primarily. That's 1. 2 is going to be your cruciferous vegetables. And 3 is going to be your clean proteins. Animal proteins are okay for some people. It kind of depends a little bit more on your blood type and what you're comfortable with. But beans are actually even better. Beans can contain an enzyme that actually helps protect against inflammation. And we'll get more.
The number 2 on the vegetables, when you first said it, I had to look up at the screen because I'm trying to phonetically spell it. Then I was saying, well, maybe you sneezed. I was going to say gesundheit. What was
your
that?
broccoli and cauliflower.
So I said cruciferous. So cruciferous basically refers to the stem. So anything with that really thick stem. So your cabbages, your Brussels sprouts, your cauliflower, your broccoli, that sort of thing.
You could have just said that, cruciferous.
Trying to save words.
Yeah, you like me. You're a word man. It's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, Christine Marie, talk to me.
Right.
3 times really fast. Say it 3 times really fast.
Right, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Just before you start singing.
What I'll talk about, well, just for a minute, is like inflammation. I've had inflammation and I have a relationship. And
that's why, yeah.
Yeah, and I find if I do stay away from the gluten, I love cake, I love bread, I love those things. But literally, they now look to me like someone brings in a nice plate of donuts. I'm like, oh, that's just a plate of pain. Thanks. Because if I eat it, I will swell. Like my joints will swell in my hands. So, and there are so many wonderful alternatives these days and other ways to eat. And what I find for me most importantly is if I just try to stick to really whole foods, less processed foods, and if I stick to those and lots of vegetables and good proteins, I do pretty well. So I hear you right there, Richard. Thank you for that.
Richard Ellsworth, I eat an apple every day on my way out to go muck a horse barn. And I have stopped washing. I buy organic apples, but I've stopped washing them, and I just more like just rub them off on my clothes and eat them because it does something in my gut. I think that's positive if I don't wash the dirt completely off of the apple.
Absolutely.
Right? What is that in my gut? What is that world in my stomach? What do we call that? Your microbiome?
Microbiome.
Yeah. So better not to wash your organic apples. Just rub them off and eat them with the dirt.
Absolutely. So that's the same with all organic produce.
Okay.
I don't wash it if it's organic.
Yeah, I haven't taken a bath. Never mind. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, you're live.